Dynamite. Alright guys, this is what I was thinking about doing. Well, I looked through YouTube and I found next to nothing when it came to the Carbon Stealth PSE. Basically, I'll just show you what you're looking at, because you're probably looking through YouTube and you're like, man, PSE doesn't have hardly anything. A bunch of Hoyt fans everywhere, a bunch of Hoyt fan clubs, and they'll probably get on me for saying that, but everybody loves Hoyt. But I shot a Hoyt, right, boy? You come here, boy. And basically, the new Hoyt, was it RX 1? I think this was what it was. And I shot this one, the PSE side by side, and the Hoyt just felt like it was, you know, jumping on me, and it just didn't have the feel that I was looking for. This has a 90% let off, and 90% let off has its pluses and its disadvantages. For one, 90% let off when you get up in the stand and you're wanting to pull back, and you want to check, you see your sights, make sure everything is still lined up and everything, your peep and everything like that, which this has never had any problems with the peep sight ever going off. Once he said, I must have had someone do a good job at it. But in any case, so I'd get up in the stand and I pull it back, and the 90% let off would like tease me. It would tease me, and I'd feel like, oh, is it going to go? Is it go? There it goes, and it kind of like surprises me each time. But the thing is, with the 90% let off, when you're actually hunting and you're in the woods and you got you're pulled back on the deer, you know, that uncomfortable feeling, if you have it pulled back long enough, you could actually move your elbow. But the unfortunate side about it is you'll have a lot of torque, so you definitely have to keep your hand open with this bow. It is a very pretty bow, light bow. I got the Trophy Ridge light sight on, which adds a little weight, like 11 ounces. But we're not going to talk about that right now. You can just grab any quiver you want. But in any case, so it's really a 3.2 pounds. You got the sight and everything like that. But it comes with the black. I got the black option here, and the red string, evolved cams, like I said, 90% let off, and but it's a really nice bow. I got it at steel around like 1100. But the things that I would point out the most of all is the weight. And they say, well, I'm concerned about the weight because it has the shock when you shoot it. Once you put your sight on, or whatever you put on that, it's not going to have any shock whatsoever at all. It's not going to, you're not going to feel it in your hand. I would definitely watch wearing the rings with the paint. You don't want to scuff it up or anything like that. You want to keep it looking good for that price. But if I had to do it all over again, I would definitely go with this bow. I am not a Hoyt fan, I'm a PSE fan, and it's already it took down one with ease. This is a 65 pound, what is it, 342 pounds per second, if I said that right. So I had shot a smaller buck this past year, and I had literally shot through its top right shoulder and all the way to its back leg. It shoots accurate with my first pin from 10 to 30 yards. So 60 pounds, I think I said 65, but it's 60 pounds of pullback, which is more than enough to do the job. Not a big fan of the 70, because, you know, when you get pulling back, you get the buck fever, you know, you start feeling like, well, shaking or whatever. And you want to be able to pull that back with ease. But it's really, if you want to get some close-ups to it, it's a really nice bow. It's kept its look to it. I don't know if they bake that on or what, but it's actually true carbon. It's not like the Hoyt. The Hoyt is basically a metal wrapped in carbon, which defeats the purpose, really. But this is a carbon right here, and you can feel it, and it stays, like people say, it stays warm in their hand. It doesn't get cold. Basically, the stop, if you want to look down here, the stop is actually a really well-made stop. See, it's not wiggling. any case. You know, a lot of times you get these and they wiggle everywhere. It's pinned down real good. Has some noise reduction, whatever you want to call it. I put this on here from Trophy Ridge, but the cams are beautiful, and it's just all around just a beautiful bow. But hey guys, I'm no professional at this by any means, but I can kill a deer. I think that it's probably a good idea to show you about what I'm shooting. I'm shooting with a 400 grain arrow, 125 tip, and if you want to take a look at that carbon arrow, which shoots really good. I haven't had any problems out of that arrow. Gold tip. So if you're looking to buy an arrow, that's all you really need. So we're about 30 yards, I believe. And I'm going to use my top pin. I got the Trophy Ridge set up about 30, 40, 50, and so on in that range. But basically I could shoot from the top pin all the way back to 30 yards with a 400 grain arrow, 125 tip. If you want to sound technical about the matter. But for average Joe, that's all you really need. You don't need a whole lot of money put into something. Or a whole lot of, I mean, especially arrows. You might want to put money into your bow, but not your arrows so much. Basically, it's going to take some while to get used to shooting, of course, so light, and the bow torque to the bow and everything. But you notice I hold my hand open just about every time. Probably should just now shot through the target, because I probably need to buy a new target for this year. But in any case, your string holds up. It doesn't stretch, by the way. It has never stretched. The bow also, if I didn't show you this right here, it has timing marks, which is super awesome, because you know when your bow is stretching the string. Your timing marks will definitely be off, and it's kept its timing marks. I can't really tell you how many times I've shot this bow, enough to wear out a few targets, put it that way. So you don't have to worry about that much. The string is awesome. Pretty much at 30 yards, basically what I could see is sinking it into the bullseye. At least that's what I would hope that I'm doing for a bow that's expensive. Now, before I bought this bow, I had bought it like an eye glow from, I shot low that time, but from Walmart or online, Amazon, and it was inconsistent a great deal, because it just, every time I shot it, it would be like everywhere. Whether you're, now if you're 10 yards with the eye glow, you're doing pretty good, but I could shoot the same as like 60 yards is basically as 30 yards with this bow. If you got your sight set up, you can shoot just about anywhere if you're set up right. But as you notice, it doesn't make any noise. It may sound a little louder on camera, but in person it does not make any noise. They will not know, a deer will not know what's going to happen. You're pulling back, it doesn't make the noise. It doesn't have a ching every time you shoot it. Basically, before with the speed, before they even know you shot, the deer is down, or at least severely wounded. But just wanted to show you that, show you how it shot, how it sounded, and I would recommend buying one if you can find one for a good price. But also PSE, I've heard that they individually mark their bows with numbers. That way, if it goes bad, they can replace the part and everything like that. So I haven't been there yet, and I really don't want to go there. But it kind of gives me security that if I ever need something, I can get it. So go out and buy one, go hunting, enjoy life. God bless. Yeah, bud.